I'm very, very sad that we're finishing up. So that's my that's the biggest indication of the feedback. I think we've actually ended up, I think, working together a little bit more than 3 months, because what I would like to make sure that everybody else knows out there is that your support and flexibility as my schedule kind of went up and down in the last little while, and just, you know, personal circumstances and all that kind of thing, that was super appreciated. I don't think we would have been as effective with our work if Adia wasn't that flexible with me and understanding. So that's a huge thing. I think that's a very big deal. I think there's a lot of coaches out there that end up kind of being way too strict on, it's 3 months and that's all it is, and you use it or lose it. But I think that was very helpful. And yeah, I mean, LinkedIn was my favorite tool to begin with. I think I learned a whole lot from you on just, you know, lead generation and how to use it. And I think when we started hitting the part about putting together the ideal client profile, that was really when my I don't know, it was a light bulb that went off. There's all these things that we did together that ended up being like, I didn't even know this stuff existed. So yeah, I just can't stress enough that, you know, anybody starting a business or even kind of flowing into the business for a while now, it's super important. It needs to be done. There's so much out there that we don't know as new business owners.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, like I always get some hesitation, like, I know who my ideal client is, it was me. But I'm like, yes, okay, great. But it's so important because, like, when we first started out, okay, we had a bit of feedback, then we started doing some LinkedIn lead gen, but then we started doing intensive market research, and we did that through the Google form. But the Google form, that market research just dictates everything else. So did you enjoy going and reading into getting the insights from that market research? Like, give us some feedback.
100%. Yeah, you know what? And you remember when we started, I also thought I knew who my target audience was.
There was a lot of back and forth.
I knew them from far away, right? But when we started doing the market research, that was a big turnaround, because being able to use their words back to them was, I think, a huge thing. Again, you think you know, but you're in your own head. You don't know their head, right? Yeah, it was huge. I thought I knew too, but it was a whole new world when we got all that feedback from the market research.
Okay, excellent. How was your experience when we started working together on the lead magnet and the research behind the lead magnet and putting the email nurture sequence together? What was your feedback overall? Did you enjoy that process? Are you excited about the launch?
I'm very excited. This was something that I was thinking about for a while, but I never really, first of all, never had much time to really do it. And so I appreciated that we were able to kind of push and pull together. I appreciated the guidance a lot, right? A lot of the time you don't even have time to research on how to do these things, right? So I really appreciated the guidance. I appreciated how you pushed my limits too, because that was a good thing. Like, a lot of the time, again, I think I know what is going to be like perfect out there, but you do need someone to mirror it back to you, or to even push your limits on, make this a little bit better. You can kind of change this and up your game a little bit more. So I think all of that was very important. I would have been able to do it on my own. Never. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I feel like I was giving a lot of insight, but I'm like, in the end, to me, I want to produce the highest qualities for my clients, and I know that this is what you deserve. So
yeah, absolutely. I think too, Malia, one very important and clear thing, I never had any doubt in it, is that you are absolutely doing above and beyond of what information you share, what resources you share, everything to get me as well positioned as possible. And that's invaluable to me. That was super helpful.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm blushing. Okay. I have some of the KPIs, the tangible KPIs that we were able to do together. So I'm just going to state the KPIs that were tangible, and then you can just like summarize the KPIs that are intangible for you, just to give it. So in 90 days working together, we had 300 plus new LinkedIn connections, but you gained around 1,800 new followers on LinkedIn. So they might not be new connections, but they started following your content. So that's very important for a career coach. and you had 10 meetings with the potential clients. You gathered new market research from 30 potential clients. So 30 people filled out her market research. Some of them booked a discovery call, and eventually, not eventually, those people will get sucked into the lead magnet and the email nurture sequence because they opted into the market research. We built a freebie and email nurture sequence that's ready to launch this week. We created a pre-qualifying form so nobody can waste your time anymore. That's very important. It's very important to start getting only serious clients to book your time. Yeah. So I feel like that this was, I love that cherry on top. For me, it's so important. Definitely. We created a clear content marketing strategy with, I think you have content prompts for the next two months, with clear call to action, because a lot of coaches, or just in general, people create content, but they don't have clear call to actions or don't have call to action. So that's important. And yeah, those were the tangible KPIs. What were the just intangible KPIs for you that you enjoyed when we were working together, just as a final summary?
Sorry, I lost you there for a second. Can you repeat that last part? I have a time limit on my social media, so it shut me off.
Actually, let me rephrase that. So those were the tangible KPIs, the ones that I can see, but I want to know what were like how do you feel now? Like now that we work together? Yeah.
Well, and one thing I mean, we had a lot of, just to be quite transparent with everyone, we had a lot of challenges in LinkedIn at the beginning, but I think the most important thing that you can only know by having time passing, and by now that we've completed a couple of months together, is that even some of the leads that were extremely quiet at the beginning when we started, a couple of months later, because they saw the consistent content coming out and the consistent value that they were getting coming out, they actually did start reaching out. So I definitely anticipate that a lot more of those leads will continue reaching out in the next few months. So it wasn't just they didn't reach out at the beginning, so that's it. It's actually they're going to continue reaching out to begin with. So I think that's also an intangible measure that we can't really talk about right now, but I am seeing it because I'm getting messages from people who connected like 4 months ago, right? And they're just now saying, oh, I can see the credibility, I can see the content, and that you know what you're talking about, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was a huge one.
Excellent. Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of people give up on marketing or hate it because they're not consistent. They want to see quick results, but marketing is a long game. Marketing takes time. Even if you put so much money, even if you run ads, it's going to be expensive. It's going to be costly, and it's not going to give you any return. Marketing is a long game. It takes time, and it becomes like a ripple effect or a domino effect. Yes. Like, it takes time to build. But then once you launch and you start running ads and you're creating content, even like you said, silent people, they're going to be like, they're going to hop on a call and then they're going to sign.
You got to do now what you want to happen in like 6 months in your business or 9 months, right? You got to start now because that's how long it's going to take for the effect to show anyway. So.
And it's the same with a career coach, like exactly. Yeah. Like some of your clients expect you to give them a job, but that's not the way it works. Yeah. Perfect. So last question, would you recommend anyone that's thinking of working with me? Would you recommend me, and why would you recommend them?
100%. Why would I recommend is because, again, even I didn't think at the beginning that, like, I was like, do I really need this? I think I know what I'm doing. But really, you don't know what you don't know until you actually get there, right? And no serious business owner can expect to get serious results without acting like a serious business owner, which is getting marketing and getting all of the other resources and help and talent that you need to round out your business. You can't possibly do everything in the business. It's just not possible. So I don't talk to anybody these days that is kind of trying to do their own thing without telling them you have to get yourself some marketing, because just you have to.
Okay, excellent. Sorry, it was cutting because I got a phone call. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Lama. I'm so happy that we did this. I prefer doing these IG reviews from now on. Those were fun. I can't wait for the launch, and I'll be reposting your content for anybody that needs a career coach. Lama is your girl. I'm gonna tag you in this live, and thank you so much. and we'll be speaking soon. Like, I'm not gonna let you